Afternoon. Afternoon, everyone.
Okay. Okay, thank you for joining us. We will take the usual format today, beginning with James Cole and Sky Sports News. Away you go, James.
Hi, Callum. How's things looking on the injury front end of this one?
Yeah, we've got a few lads returning. So Levi's trained another full week again. Reece as well. So yeah, looking promising.
And a big boost having those two back. How close are both of them to starts, do you feel?
Yeah, we've still got another session. They both trained fully today, so we're hopeful. We're hopeful.
And how's Jesse Derry after that nasty knock?
Yeah, I spoke to Jesse's dad the night it happened. I spoke to him yesterday. I spoke to the family yesterday as well, and it's positive. It's really positive. I don't have the knowledge or the insights to go into massive detail, but all early signs are really positive.
Such a difficult one for him. So shown so much positivity, hadn't he?
Yeah, it's really disappointing. Obviously, there's as long as he's healthy and like it's the way it's looking now is all that really matters. But it was great to give him his debut. I worked with Jesse at the under-21s. He's had a fantastic season. He's not going to be available for us from now to the end of the season now. So it's an abrupt end to his season, but amazing for him to make his debut. And I think he showed in that first half his quality and what he can bring to this team.
You've had a bit of time to analyse the Forest game, a disappointing performance. How do you explain it to the fans who are disappointed, some angry at what they saw?
Yeah, I completely understand the feelings. We are as disappointed and as frustrated as they are. I put it down to probably not responding well enough to the early setbacks that we had, and we need to be much better in those moments. It's happened before, and it's something that we will address and try and improve for the upcoming games.
Some fans suggesting that the players are down tools. Is that fair?
No, I wouldn't agree with that. The performances haven't been good enough. We're in a really bad run at the moment. The Leeds performance was a glimmer where we thought we could build on that, and we weren't able to do that. But I do see these boys every day, every training session, every meeting in the gym. They're in a good place to go and attack games. We just haven't been able to translate that on the game on Monday. So hopefully we can improve that on Saturday. And
is the supporters' unrest off the field filtering through the atmosphere at the stadium? Does that affect the players at all?
You can't really focus on that. You're playing in a Premier League against really high level opposition, so your full focus needs to be on the match in the moment.
After the game on Monday, Jamie Carragher said the club is broken. How do you feel hearing those words?
Yeah, it's Jamie's job he's a pundit, he's got to give his opinion, and I respect that. That's his job, and it's what he's there to do. I can only speak on my experience at this club. And I think that there's a lot of foundations for this team to have success. We're not in the best form at the moment. We're not performing the way we should be, but I do think there are foundations there for this team to be successful.
And is European football key for those foundations? And how determined are you and the players to deliver it?
Yeah, we've got 4 games left. We need to attack every game and show our level like we have done at times this year, not recently, and put ourselves in the best position to achieve that.
And from a personal point of view, are you able to enjoy this period at all? It's some people saying it's a poison chalice. How are you finding it?
Yeah, it's a challenge. It's tough. You don't like losing games. No one likes losing games of football. But I'm enjoying the challenge. I'm embracing the challenge, and I've got a job to do and try and support the players and give them the best platform to win football games. It's my job. So if we win, I'll enjoy it. If not, I'll just like everyone else. I'll be frustrated and angry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, James. Roger?
Hi, Callum.
Hi.
Hi. Just going back to the Forest game, you said that the first 15 minutes was unacceptable. How do you go about ensuring that doesn't happen again? Is that down to you? Is it the players' collective responsibility? And do you feel empowered to sort of lay down the law to the players if you're not happy with what you're seeing out there?
Yeah, it's down to all of us. I can be honest and open, and we review the game. We made some big mistakes in that first 15 minutes, and Nottingham Forest punished us. And you can't do that at this level. You can't do that against teams that are fighting for their lives to stay in the league, and especially the form we're in, it hits us a little bit harder. The confidence isn't there to go and bounce back. So, but regardless of that, at any level, you can't make the mistakes that we did in the first 15 minutes, and we've reviewed the game, and we're going to do our best to make sure that doesn't happen again.
You've come up against a side that had a similar start in their match, their last match. They were 2 down inside 15 minutes or so. Do you feel that, given that their result and perhaps the defence of their title hasn't been what they'd expected, are they a team? Are they in a similar boat to Chelsea at the moment?
They're a really good side. Got a lot of good players. There's a lot of threats that we have to be aware of. We also have a lot of good players, and we're just focusing on ourselves at the moment and making sure that our performance levels are at a higher level than what they have been.
Talked about attacking the last 4 games you have of the season. One of those, of course, is a cup final. Do you see this as an opportunity to at least build some momentum after a run of defeats that you've had going into that final, which will be a crucial game for you?
Yeah, we want to turn it around. We know that the standards that this club has set, we aren't meeting them at this moment, and the only thing we can control is how we behave and act every single day, how hard we work to turn that level of performance around.
How much is the squad thinking ahead? It's difficult to ignore when everyone says they take each game as it comes, but with a cup final coming up, is there half an eye on that? Will the players be fully focused on the challenge at hand in the league?
We haven't spoken about the cup final. We've spoken about what we have to improve from the previous game and looking ahead to the next game. So we're not looking that far ahead.
Not a case that the players are playing for places perhaps in that cup final this weekend.
They're always playing for places. We've got a team full of internationals that we can call on. So there's always competition for places at this football club.
Thanks, Roger.
Thank you.
John?
You touched on it there. It's hard to explain the performance on Monday night. Is it a mentality thing, would you say, with the players?
I think that you could look at it in many different ways. I think we definitely have to show a stronger mentality to recover after the early setback. 1-0 down, 3 minutes into the game, you can recover that situation, especially with the talent we have on the pitch. So, yeah, I would say we have to recover from those moments a lot better.
I mean, you say the players now owe it to the fans in the final 4 games of the season, to pitch up and actually show some desire for the supporters who are, I think it's fair to say, angry at the moment.
What's your question, sorry?
Do the players owe it to the fans to pitch up, show some desire in the final 4 games of the season for the fans? Because there is a lot of anger out there, I think.
Yeah, we know, the players know, I know, the staff know, everyone at the club knows that the recent performances have been nowhere near the expected standard, and we're going to do everything we can to improve that.
Have you sat down with the players and said that, this is unacceptable, the situation and the way things are going at the moment? I mean, how much impact do you think you can actually have in this short space of time?
My role as the coach is to review the game and explain the moments that have cost us or moments that we could have took more advantage of. So we're looking at it more from a football perspective, in some of the things that happened within that game that we can do a lot better, and hopefully that shows on Saturday. Thanks, John. Keris?
Hi, Cal.
Hi.
Can I ask just specifically about Garnacho, Neto and Sánchez after he went off with the head injury as well? Are they expected to be available this weekend?
Neto and Garnacho are carrying knocks, so it's looking unlikely that they're going to be available. Rob is also not going to be available after the injury that he sustained in the Nottingham Forest game.
And so what do you see as your attacking options in that case? I guess there's a lot of them have picked up knocks. You're looking pretty thin on the ground at the front.
Yeah, we've still got a lot of good players, still got a lot of players available that can impact football games. So we're going to have to make up some of the players we're missing in different ways, in the way that we shape the team up, but I probably don't want to go into too much detail on that right now.
And the reverse game against Liverpool probably was one of Chelsea's results of the season. Has that come up this week? Have you been, reflecting, or have the group been reflecting on that and how they can perhaps bring back some of what they showed on that day?
Yeah, as a staff, you watch opponents' games. You always watch the previous game from the last time you played them to see how it looks, to see how it matches up, to see if there's anything you can go after. So we haven't discussed it with the group per se, but we've watched a lot of Liverpool games.
Thanks, Keris. Thanks, everyone. We'll end that section there. Cameras off, please.